How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 called Pallegney. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to French Lorraine, shared between agricultural plains and wooded groves. Rediscover agriculture, livestock, and forestry. This map consists of two typical farms of the region, one in an old farmhouse with modern extensions, the other a large agricultural building perched on a mountainside. Numerous new factories are available. A completely new village gathers points of sale, farms, and production facilities. This map consists of 86 fields of crops, about 10 forest plots, and a stream called the Deboyne. Several innovations come with this map. The roofs of houses get wet during rain, roads get wet, dry, and frost over in winter. You may see puddles of water in certain fields. Some factories have new functions like the sawmill or mills, 2 new agricultural cooperatives, an area to build your own farm, cheese production directly on the farm or in the communal dairy, a secret quest about the history of a funny animal from the Vosges, and a whole multitude of new decor like the mechanic, the cloth dealership, the livestock trader, and the water tower, etc. There are mods required for this map, and they are the Pallegney Buildings Pack by MA7 Studios. This map was created by MA7 Studio and is 726.95 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here, kind of in the middle of the map, a little bit towards the southeast portion of it. You start out by owning, let's go to farmlands, farmlands number 9, 19, 21, 25, 31, 90, 92, and 103. Let's see, 9, which is down over here, is a barley field, which is ready to harvest. Let's go ahead and take that off. And 19 over here is a canola field, also ready to harvest. 21 up here is a wheat field ready to harvest. 25 down here is a wheat field but has been harvested. 31, which is over here, is a canola field ready to harvest. 90 up here is a grass field ready to harvest. 92 over here, another grass field ready to harvest. And 103 is your main starting farm plus a wheat field that is also ready to harvest. So you get quite a bit of ready to harvest material. Now, field prices do vary, but you do get some good options because of the size variances between them. So you get little itty bitty ones like this one over here for 40,000. You get some that are a little bit bigger, 70,000, 87,000, a little bit bigger, 129,000, 156, 50,000. Go up to the north a little bit, 129, where the fields start to get bigger. 101, we got 104. Let's go up here, up to $610,000. We do get some more down here as well. Now we do get some forestry areas that we can take over. We do have a $384,000 one right there. We also have a $420,000 one. Now you can purchase all areas on the map, and you can see if I click on this, I gotta be in the farmlands. Click on this area, you can see that kind of outer periphery that we can buy. It's $920,000, but it doesn't include all the sell points. As you can see, you can click on those separately and buy those various sell points if you so choose. You do start out with some animal pens. You have a cow barn as well as a chicken pasture. There are contracts available on this map. You do start out with a production point, and there are collectibles on this map, 7 of them to be precise. If we take a look at mods specific to this map, we start out with the buy menu. There is nothing under the buy menu, but under the build mode, if we check out this tab here, this is the buildings tab, and we start under sheds. We scroll through here. There's nothing in this tab whatsoever. You can see coming down to the bottom, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by mods specific to this map. There's nothing under silos, nothing under silo extensions, nothing under constructibles, but under containers, we scroll down to the bottom of this one, you'll see there's actually 2 examples down here to look at. There we go. So we have this one here, and it says the Meridian Stainless Steel Fertilizer Tank Pallegney Mod. That is a mod specific to this map. If you ever see a mod with the tag of the map name, that is a mod specific to the map. But you can see this one, Water Tower, Pallegney Buildings Pack. This is one of the mods that is required for this map. So that is the distinction and the difference. Is this one is built into the map, and this one is a separate mod that is required for the map. Now continuing on, tools, nothing under this one, and then farmhouses, nothing under this tab here. Moving on to productions, there's nothing under this section whatsoever. Going under animals, there's nothing under cows, nothing under horses, nothing under pigs, but under sheep, if we scroll down, you'll see Pallegney for 2 sheep pastures here. It looks, I don't see a difference just right off the bat. There may be... yeah, not really seeing too much of a... Oh, wait. One's a... Oh, no, they're all... Yeah, they're all pastures with fencing. So maybe just different shapes? Yeah, different shapes. Okay. There we go. And then, whoops, didn't mean to go out of that. Under decorations, there's nothing under this tab whatsoever. And then under the landscaping, we go over to our painting swatches. I believe we have a couple of additional painting swatches. Normally, I think the base number is 10, and this one has 12. So I think there's a couple of additional ones, but I could be wrong about that. Nothing under trees and nothing under plants. So now let's go ahead and start making our way around. We're going to start out by running over across the street to our first set of interests. Right over here, we have 2 points of interest. So starting out here on the left side, we have the, I think that's Goki Express. That is a sell point, is this area right here. To its right is the bakery production point. Now you can activate the bakery right here. For 150,000 you can purchase it. This is its inputs, and the outputs are right back here. So now we're going to run back through town and check out the main starting farm, which is just around the corner. Very lovely run through town here as we just keep on heading through. And just ahead of us here is the main starting farm. So right here, some barns and buildings that you can access. This is part of your starting farm. And right over here, we're at the starting farm. So I'll go ahead and show you the starting equipment. So if we go under this tab here and go under vehicles. So starting out, we have the Agrimaz POV5XL. That is a plow. We have the Amazon Senio 4000 Super, a cultivator. The Albert Bale Spike. We have the Albert Fork with grapple. We have the Albert Pallet Fork. We have a Braidel K105 fertilizer and lime spreader. We have a Kloss Arian 470 tractor. We have the Kloss Avion 450 harvester, the Kloss Vario 620 harvester header, a Kloss W900 weight, the FarmTech DPW 1800 bale trailer, the Gavile G1 F125 baler, the Horsch Credo 3, I believe that is a, not subsoil, power harrow. Then we have the Horsch Versa Cedar, and we have an International Series 200 truck, a John Deere 3650 tractor, and a John Deere pickup 1150 weight, as well as a Lizard log crane, and those will be shown off later, as well as another log crane. We have the Nardi N40BX header trailer, the Quickie Q4M front loader, Rudolph TDK 301 RP trailer, the Samaz XT390 mower, that's the rear deck mower, and that is it. Nothing under hand tools for this particular farm. So, sleep trigger, right here. Wardrobe trigger, right here. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. We have our main starting silo here. Our output is here, and our input is just behind it over there. Over here, we have the farm cheese's production point, you do start out with this. This is the one I was talking about earlier, and this is where you can make things like buffalo milk. You can make, buffalo milk, buffalo mozzarella, butter, cheese, chocolate, goat's milk, goat's cheese, and milks bottled. So that's everything that you can make in here, and you can see all the various inputs and outputs on the right-hand side of the screen there. So very nice. Our input for it is here, and our output is just through this door right here. Just behind me is a bale and pallet storage right here. You can see that's the input for the bale and pallet, and this is the output button. Nothing in it, so nothing to get out of it. Over here, we have a repair trigger, and it's just inside the door right here. Around this corner is a chicken pasture. Right here we have our feed in, our eggs out, and room for 30 chickens. You start out with 8 of them. Now over here we have a cow barn with our milk trigger here, and our trigger to actually put in is right here. Room for 102 cows. We have none to start out with. Feed goes in right here. A manure heap, and also straw goes in right there as well. Manure heap is right here. It is built into the cow barn, which is nice. And then a output for your slurry right there. 3 bunker silos. Here's number 1. And then number 2 and number 3 are just behind it right over there. And then lastly, we have a bale and pallet storage, another one right here. We have our output here and our input, our input was right where I was standing. Our output is right here, and the storage is empty, so nothing to show there. And that is everything here at this starting farm. So let's go ahead and grab our pickup truck, which is right around the corner over here. And now let's go ahead and make our way around the map. We'll just drive right underneath the silo over here, and then leave, in this direction, making a left, followed by a right, and now we're at a dead end to this lane. Now I'm going to show you something on this map in particular. So first off, we'll look at the map. We started out right over here. Let's switch out of that and go here. We started about right here. We ran over and we saw the Goki Express. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, in the bakery. We ran over to the main starting farm. We saw everything around here. We grabbed our truck and then went right across the street. Now you can see farmland number 86, and if you look at the grass textures, if I specifically go under the crops, and if I deselect grass, you'll kind of stand out just a little bit better. But you see how there's that greenish pattern right in here and on this field here? These are indications of a of something that is of interest. So let's go ahead and bring that back in, and we'll buy this for $194,970. And you can see the symbol appeared. It's a cow pasture. Now all the symbols are now appearing. Let's go ahead and open this gate, pull forward just a little further, and now you see the animal dialogue. So here we have room for 323 cows, which is quite a bit of space. Now the inputs for feed is right over here, and water is right behind me over there. Let's grab the truck and get turned around. So now we'll drive through town real quick. And now right here, around this corner here, we have the iso straw sell point. And then back here we have the inputs for the carpentry. We have our wood cell trigger here, our input here. Let's see. Our trigger point is here. For 300,000, you can purchase this, and I'm not quite sure where the output is for this one. It almost looks like it's here. You can see the little marker here. But that might be a part of that. Anyways, I'm not seeing where the output is for this one. Is it tucked away in the back somewhere? Just double checking. Yeah, I'm not seeing a clearly marked output for this one, so I'm sure it is around here somewhere, just not sure where it will spawn. Head down the road just a little ways, and coming up here to our left is our next point of interest. This is the pallet shop. This is your buy point where you can buy all your palleted goods from the base game. Around the back, we have 2 sell points. These are the landscaper sell points. So you have individual sell points that will take unique items on both parts. So now, hop back in. Take this little side road over here. Coming up to my right, that little water tower there is the water tower. That is a buy point for your water. Up here, we'll make a left. Now to my left is a field, and that field is our field, and all those bales are our bales. Now, we do have a little kind of path-ish thing going on here. You can see the dotted line on the road. That is an indication of a road. It's just not well defined on the map. Now here we have the biogas plant. We will go here, and we can purchase it for $875,000. Incredibly expensive, I believe. Now, there's going to need to be some updates for this map right off the bat. So first off, normally this is the input for our solids, but I don't see an indication that that will take it, and there is no collision here. So I'm worried that this is undefined and supposed to be the input for the solids. This was supposed to be the liquid input. Now this might be the input for everything. I'm not 100% certain. So it's one of those, give it a test, potentially. Over here, we have our output for our digestate. Couple bunker silos right there. Pulling out, heading down this path right here. Coming up to this bridge, we need to slow down because it's got a pretty good bump to it. Again, our field to our right there. All right, continuing to follow this around. Here we'll make a right. And now pulling over right here, we have our next point of interest. This is the Saint-Frères mill. You can purchase it right here for $350,000. We will go ahead and purchase it because we want to see this. We want to see all the various inputs and outputs. This is where you can make things like canola oil, flour, olive oil, rice flour, rice oil, as well as sunflower oil. So that is a lot of really cool stuff right there. And you can see all the various recipes for that right here. So that's nice. So you got one here for your barley flour. You got your canola oil, your oat flour, your olive oil, your rice flour for your long grain, your rice flour for your rice oil. So you're taking your long grain rice and making it into rice oil. Same thing with just your regular rice. You got your sorghum flour and your sunflower oil, as well as your wheat flour. So very, very nice. We have an input right over here, and you can see this little wheel here is actually connected specifically to this production site. So if we go back here and turn on, it doesn't matter what we turn on. Check that out. How nice is that? Cool little detail. Now coming over here, we have a wrench. This wrench is not the same kind of wrench as over on that side of the building. This is just an indicating marker that you can open this gate. And it reveals 3 separate output areas for this particular production site. So very nice, this production site right here. So now, we'll head to our next point of interest. And coming up here is another reason why I think this is going to require an update. So coming up here is the sawmill. You can see it coming up right here to my right. We have a wood chip output for the sawmill right there. And we have something special. Look at that piece of equipment right here. That is a nice little crane that is attached to the sawmill. Now, here's one thing. I think there's supposed to be a set of stairs right here. And you'll see why I think that at another location. There's a second one of these over on the other side of the map. But we can walk up to it and enter it. You see the door opens, the door closes. That's really fine and dandy. And it works just like a normal crane. You've got your left bumper and the various up, down, left, right. We have a right bumper, which we can lift the boom up and down. And then we have the left bumper and right bumper, which case we can... Oh, never mind. No update needed. For some reason, this wasn't... making its way out. Well, that's awesome. So the whole purpose of this is to be able to load your individual logs here onto this ramp. Why is that? Well, if we come around this corner here, you have another wrench and you see activate dock. Push this and it takes your logs for a little bit of a ride where you can come up here and get to your wood cell trigger right there. So that is a kind of additional little function for this particular sawmill. We have an input right here as well. So you don't necessarily have to use that if you don't want to. Output for the sawmill is right here, and you can purchase the sawmill for $300,000. And let's go ahead and purchase that just real quick. And as you can see, it's all the standard kind of inputs and outputs for this particular production point. So now, I am glad to see that that is working. I don't know why when I came in here originally from my original walkthrough, that wasn't working. So it seems fine. But you'll also see why I think there's going to be an update at the other crane on the other side of the map. So now we will make a right and continue to follow this road around the map. Now as we follow this road up, we get to our next point of interest, which is right over here. Stop. Now over here, we have the Soufflé Agriculture Cell Point right over here. Now what we do have over here as well, at least we had in years past, I don't think it's functional in this go-around anymore, was this little grain tester. This used to function and allowed you to actually drop that down into your grain cart. It was supposed to be like measure moisture and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem to be functional anymore, which is fine. Totally fine. Heading down the road. Coming up to my right, little placeable area right up here. And now, stop there. We're at the animal dealer. You can come to this location and bring in, you can come to this location and purchase your animals using this animal dialog box right here. Or you can use this same dialog box at any pens and pastures you have located around the map. As you can see, if you click on it, you can purchase your animals directly. Now, if you do this, though, you will incur an additional fee. You can see on the bottom right-hand corner, to buy an adult cow, the base price is $1,175, and there is a $100 delivery fee. So that's why you're spending a little bit extra money, and depending on how many animals you have, it can add up pretty quickly. 102 animals to fill up this whole thing will be $10,200. So that adds up real quick. Now, to save that money, you can come to this location with an animal trailer, dock it right here in this spot, and then use the animal dialog box. It'll load directly into the animal trailer, and then you just deliver the animals yourself. Now, down at the other end over there, you can see that is the animal dealer sell point. And now we will hop back in and head down the road. We'll head through the roundabout and exit right here. Now coming up here, make a right. Go through the double bump, and now we're approaching another field here with the kind of carved in indicators that will indicate that there's a pasture right here. We'll stop right here and take a look at the map. So where we left off, I believe, was here at this pasture on 86 for the cows. We then came out here. We saw the ISO straw sell point as well as the carpentry. We then came down here where we saw the buy point for the palleted goods. And then out back we had, oops, let's do that. And then we had the sell points for the landscaper 1 and 2. We then came down here, saw the water tower. We then came across through this little ill-defined track over to the biogas plant, and then down and around up to here, through this area up to here, over to the Saint-Frères mills, then over to the Sawmill, went back, up the road to here, where we saw the Souffle Agriculture. We then went to the animal dealer and animal dealer sell point. We then came down and around over towards farmland number 98, field number 98. You can buy that for $60,270. And you see, we now have access to a sheep pasture. Hop over here, and we have access for 102 sheep. So not too shabby whatsoever. We have water point and a food point right over there. And one thing that I forgot to, looks like right here you can barely see the output portion for the sheep. Let's see if I can actually kind of capture that. Yeah, you can kind of see the box right in this area here. Hopping over, and then making a right, followed by another right. And a left, and you can see field number 102 coming into view. That's another pasture as defined by those markings in the middle of the field. All right, so taking a look at the map, we went from 98 up and around to 102. Can purchase this for $65,592. Go ahead and buy that. And now we have access for a cow pasture. Room for 101 cows. And water is over here. And feed is right there. So now we're heading past all this. We're just going to keep following this down and around. Make a left. And then follow this road. to here, make another left. Coming up here, just past this field, we want to make a right. And then a left. Followed by another left. And now we're on this side of the map. You can see the other crane that I was talking about. And you can see this is why I think this is supposed to have a ramp at the other location there at the sawmill. Looks like you're supposed to be able to just walk right up this and get to here. Now again, looks like if we... Yep, so look at that. We have perfect control to where we'll be able to load logs directly onto our train. So that is really, really nice. Let's go ahead and hop out. Over here, we have the Grain West silo. So our input for a silo is right here. Now the problem is that there is no output, as far as I'm aware, for this particular silo when it comes to getting your grain back out of it. Once you put it in, you have to put it into the train. The output for the train is right here, and our rent train trigger is right there. Let's hop back in the truck. Get turned back around. Okay. Now coming up the road just a little ways, we have farm number 2. We'll stop right here. We take a look at the map one last time. We were up here at this cow barn, or cow pasture, right here. We came down the road, down to here, up and around. Nope, sorry. Down to here, over, then up to the silo here, the Grain West silo, as well as the rent train trigger. And then backtracked a little ways, came over to this area here. Farmland number 95 can be purchased for $322,744. Go ahead and purchase that. And now we got all these pop-ups. So right here, we have a sleep trigger. Right there. We're going to ignore this symbol for right now. Over here, we have a sheep pasture, or sheep barn, actually. Output for the sheep is right there. We have our feed point here. And we have room for 90 sheep in this pasture. We have a wardrobe trigger right over here. And now this symbol over here is a part of a bale and pallet storage. You can get out right here. As you can see, storage is empty. And to put into it, it's actually tucked around the side right over here, inside right there. So very, very nice. Now we need to hop back in the truck, and we actually need to take this little side road into the back of the property to see this building back here, which is another bale and pallet storage. Get turned back around. We'll follow this up and around, making a left. Now across the street, gas station right here. We'll head across the bridge. Whoops, nope. I missed something, got to backtrack just a little ways. Cross the bridge just a little too quickly. Meant to go from the gas station out this way. And then way down here is our next point of interest. Right here. So this is the dairy. You can purchase the dairy for $36,000. Not too bad, actually. And gives you the same exact stuff that you have access to at your main farm here. But I believe it gives you a significantly, yes, it gives you a significantly higher output for your product. So the main dairy here does 144 cycles per month, 10 to 20 for your buffalo milk bottled, as you can see there. But 10 to 20, same exact recipe, but the cycles per month go from 14.4. So significantly slower at your main starting farm, but for 36 grand, you can buy this. I have a feeling this price is going to get adjusted at some point. For 36 grand, just seems really, really cheap to me. There's an input right here and an input right here. Now, what I don't understand is why there are two separate inputs, because you can see all the various inputs that are here are your buffalo milk, your goat's milk, your milk, and then sugar. Now, maybe, just maybe, I think this is where all your liquids go in, and then your sugar, I think, might go here. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what's going on. And just like one of the other productions, there is no visible output area. I've gone through all the doors and everything around here, and I did not see an actual marking. I was kind of thinking it might have been something similar to the grain mill on the other side of the map, the oil mill, grain mill kind of combination, but it didn't seem to pan out that way. So now we get to actually head over the bridge. And then coming up here, we got this area right over here. Now this is the, again, I'm going to butcher the name of this, the Vazis Cooperative. Now both of these are titled the same thing, but this is the sell point and this is the buy point. So you get kind of two different things going at the same time. Over here, we have a gas station buy point right there. And then we'll just churn back around. Pass right through. Coming out here. We'll stop right here. Now over here, we have our shop trigger and repair trigger tucked away right back here. Now heading over to our last point of interest. Make a left. Whoops. Avoid the car as best as we can. Right over here to farmland number 87. Let's take a look at the map one last time. So we were up here at farm number 2. We saw everything we needed to see there. We ran to the back where we saw the bale and pallet storage. We then came down across the street here. We saw the gas station. We did start to go this way, but we meant to backtrack to the dairy back here. We then went back over our same path over to the Vazis Cooperative. Again, probably butchering that one. We have the gas station right around the backside. We then came through over to here where we saw the shop trigger and repair trigger, and then down and around over to this area here. Farmland number 87 can be purchased for $108,534. We'll go ahead and buy that, and we have now access to a sheep pasture. Room for 200 sheep. Water is over there. Food is right over here. And I believe if I go into this area here, I'm pretty certain this is the spawn point, or somewhere in this area. Maybe no, I think it's tucked away down here. This is the spawn point for wool. At least this is where I remember it for FS22. So it might just be hiding somewhere in the tall grass in this area here. And that's it. That is everything here for Pallegney. Now it's time to rank this, or it's time to tell you my opinion on this map and give this a rating 0 to 5 as per usual. 5 out of 5. 100% 5 out of 5. This is an amazingly beautiful map. There's so many little touches of detail and features. Color palette is spectacular. The kind of undulations and the terrain on this map is next level good. And the details, especially here through town, is mwah, chef's kiss. And again, you get all these various little details all throughout the map, like the bridge that runs the entire length of the map. That is the train line. That is a train bridge. It goes literally all throughout the map. It starts on the west side over by the Grain West Silo, and then goes all the way out to the east side of the map where it meets over by the Sawmill. So it's just an amazing feature. Just again, something that we're not used to seeing is a elevated train line. It's just really, really awesome. And then you just kind of get outside of town here and things start to open up. And again, the color palettes, actually, there's a bit of wildflowers growing around, all around the map here, but it's not enough to be very intrusive to make it give it that kind of cartoon feel. I mean, this is just a spectacular map all the way around. There may be one or two kind of updates that are needed right off the bat. But I don't think it's anything that's going to be like game breaking or anything along those lines. I think it's just going to be small little, like, okay, got to fix that, got to fix this, just little tweaks here and there. Who knows? It's one of those that this map is absolutely amazing, 100% gorgeous in every possible way, in my opinion. You got loads of forestry, you got loads of arable farming, grass care. I mean, you've got a little bit of everything. And then what's really cool about this map is just these little trails. Some lead to somewhere, some lead to nowhere. I just really like how you can kind of get tucked away into the fields that are back here. You don't have any real defined driveways in some of these. Like this one off to my left, there's no real defined driveway as far as I saw, or at least can recall. And then you get these very interesting kind of bridges. Like this bridge directly in front of me, it's got this kind of double hoop to it, this double bump. I don't know why it's like that, but I really like that. That's a very interesting feature. Like I said, just this map is absolutely gorgeous in every possible way. There's tons of little spots around this map to do animals, to do, just pretty much everything. Anything and everything you want to be able to do on a map, this map will provide you that ability. And yeah, when everything's said and done, you just got some very beautiful landscape and terrain to look at. The kind of outer periphery of the map really kind of fits with this particular map, because you got this kind of nice mountainous hilly terrain, and you got the nice little hilly mountainous background picture to look at. So it all really does fit, in my opinion. It's just, again, very, very nice. Now, the last thing I'm going to do to kind of leave us out is I'm going to go ahead and take the train. I want to rent the train, and I'm going to take it across the bridge just so you can kind of get a glimpse of just how beautiful this whole map is from that perspective. Let's go ahead and stop right here. And what I'll do is I'll rent the train, I'll cut us out and cut us back in as soon as I get the train and we start rocking and rolling. So I will see you in just a little while. And here it is. Let's go ahead and hop in. And we'll show it off from here. You can see the start of that bridge. This is one of the best features, in my opinion, on this map. It's just this whole train line is just elevated above the rest of it. And for Farming Simulator 25, the point of view is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. You can see pretty much everything across the entirety of this map. Absolutely love it. And that is why I give this a 5 out of 5. Because, I mean, just everywhere you look is just beauty. Every single direction that you look. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love this map in 22. And I think that with all the kind of functional differences between 22 and 25, I think it's even better. But I hope you enjoyed this tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged in this channel and enjoying the content. That being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.